NK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school girls basketball, where the Hardin-Houston Wildcats will take on the Varsity Raiders. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Superior Aluminum, and NK Telco. You're looking live here at the Claire C. DeVoe Gymnasium. My name is Brandon Copeland. Glad to have you here for this girls Shelby County League battle here between the Varsity Raiders and the Houston Wildcats. Let's first take a look at the visitors, the Houston Wildcats. They come in overall with a 6-8 record. They stand at 3-4 in the Shelby County Athletic League. Taking a look really at their season, they opened up 2-0, and then they started really a skid, to say the least. From there, they lost 5 games in a row, then come back, got back-to-back wins, beat Watkins, beat Bradford, and then kind of went back on a skid, 2 losses to Arcanum and Jackson. They beat Fairlawn and lost a tight one to Knoxville about a week ago. So they haven't played in a week, but they're 6-8 on the season. This is the second round of Shelby County Athletic League play when the Raiders took the short trip over to Houston. They defeated them by 9. That was a game where Ronnie Poling went off. Ronnie Poling had 26 points in that game, I believe, out of the 41 that the Raiders were able to produce here. But the Wildcats, who you'll really see them led by this year, is you'll see them led by senior Katie Meyer, a 5'9" guard, who's going to really make probably the biggest plays. Will probably be an all-county selection for second-year head coach Brian Gillespie. On the flip side, the Varsity Raiders seem to be figuring it out here after the new year. We know they have a same 6-8 record that the Wildcats do. They got a couple big wins. They had an upset win against Jackson Center here, which was nearly 2 weeks ago. They come to beat Fairlawn. They played Monday over in the holiday tournament over at Versailles. They lost to Liberty Benton. A Liberty Benton team that's Division III that only lost once and has a girl going to Bowling Green. She played very tight till the end, only lost by 5. But you can tell the Raiders are playing in these tight contests, and outside their blowout loss to Fort Laramie, have been playing some very good basketball as of the past 5 games. I mean, ever since really the Covington, or ever since the Watkins game, probably on December 6th, really good basketball.
Welcome to Claire C. DeVoe Gymnasium for today's Varsity Girls Basketball contest between our visitors, the Houston Wildcats, and your Varsity Raiders.
We'll come back to the starting lineups and keys here next on your home for Varsity Raider basketball.
Members of the Ohio High School.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our 4-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Getting ready here for this battle of 6-8 teams as Russia trying to sweep the season series from Houston. Houston looking to get their first win over Russia since the 2016 season. Here.
And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for our visitors from Houston. Number one, Olivia Burks.
Sophomore, Olivia Burks.
Number 4, Lauren Krim.
Number 4, 5'8" sophomore Lauren Krim.
Number 5, Katie Mayer.
Number 5, a 5'9" senior Katie Mayer.
Number 11, McKenna Vondenheuvel.
5'10" sophomore McKenna Vondenheuvel.
And number 24, Emily Earl. Houston is coached by Brian Gillespie, assisted by Angela Harris and Kyle Borges.
Earl, a 5'11" junior. Head coach of Houston in his second season is Brian Gillespie.
And now for your Varsity Raiders.
Assisted by Angela.
Number 4, a 6'1" senior, Ronnie Poling.
Now for the Varsity Raiders.
Number 20, a 5'5" senior, Jayla Chapman.
A 5'5" senior, Jayla Chapman.
Number 21, a 5'6" junior, Addison Chapman. Number 22, a 5'10" freshman, Celeste Borger. And number 32, the 5'9" freshman, Hazel Francis. is coached by Michael Bayshore, assisted by
Michael Bayshore, assisted by Rachel Borges, Bruce Hetzler,
Kara Doherty.
Luke Daypor, and Kara Doherty. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. First, taking a look for the Houston Wildcats. We will limit Ronnie Poland. They struggled limiting her in the first game. They need to be able to limit her. Might come out in zone here. We'll see that if that happens. They won't be able to get off to a good start. You want to be able to rebound. For Rushi, it's just to be able to continue the flow. They've been playing better over this last month. Keep that up and continue to get good passes, good shots, and also limit the turnovers. So they start with the basketball. Immediately, you do see the Wildcats set up in the. So to see what it looks like they're in man as Borchers drives to the basket, shot no good. Our officials tonight are Reggie James, Ashley Bumpus, and Andre Jones. As again, our longtime, we'd like to thank our longtime sponsor, our keys to the game, Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. If it ain't Chunky Bob's Pizza, it ain't pizza. Just right off State Route 66, not too far from the Houston School. This Houston makes the short trip over here to Rushi. You might see some Houston Rushi fans enjoying some Keyhole Pizza after the game here. Houston's shot on the inside is no good there by Emily Earl. Shot up, no good by Celeste Borchers. Rebound, Jayla Shappy. She throws up a shot, no good. Ronnie Poling gets it. Good straight up defense on the inside there by Emily Earl. Oh, a very good pole vaulter on the track team. I believe she hold the school record. I believe she might have went to state too in pole vaulting track. If I'm thinking of the right Earl. They swing around, they go over to Celeste Borchers, pass up to Ronnie Poling. And it's going to be turned over. Katie Meyer has the basketball. It's up the floor. Wildcats working quickly in the lane. Turnaround shot, no good there by Earl. And Houston misses a golden opportunity there. Shappy, cross-court pass to her cousin Addison. Addison drives on the inside. Shot is no good. It's a part of Addison's game that she's developed that inside shot. She's more of a perimeter shooter early in the year. She's kind of developed that teardrop in the lane. It's been one of her signature moves as the ball rotates around to the left side to Katie Meyer. Meyer takes Francis to the basket. Good move by Katie Meyer, recognizing that she has a little bit of size on the freshman Francis. Katie Meyer will go shoot two lead scorer for the Wildcats. Coach Brian Gillespie in his second season. And Meyer clears the first free throw, and Houston strikes first on the First National Bank Pink First scoreboard, 1-0. Meyer at the line, trying to add a second free throw, and did not even make contact. So the Raiders will take the basketball out. And here comes full court pressure from Houston. Raiders break the press. Hazel Francis in the front court. Hazel Francis to the basket, swatted by Virginia Earl. Nothing. Houston ahead of Arushi. Left side, Shappy over to Hazel Francis. Francis gets it inside to Poling, who goes up and is fouled. You see Emily Earl was drawn the assignment of Ronnie Poling. It's been a force to be reckoned with this year, as Faith York is going to come in here in a second. Poling's first free throw that is out. As Faith York subs in the lane for Jayla Shappy. Poling trying to even us up at 1 here with 5:52 in the first quarter, and she cans the second free throw. And we're knotted up at 1. Each team's hit a free throw. And there we go. We got a foul down the sideline on Faith York. It's the second team foul for the Raiders. The Wildcats will take it out. It'll be Krim who will take it out. York pressuring Meyer in the backcourt. That's going to be a foul on York. And that's going to be 2 quick fouls for Faith York because she just subbed in. And she's going to have to sub out Callie Gubo, going to come in for the Raiders. I'm going to say there was a reach before the contact that Meyer initiated, it seemed like. So 2 quick Faith York fouls. And now a turnover here on the Wildcats. Left side, Gubo. Gubo goes to the top of the key to Hazel Francis. Francis drives on the inside. Francis to the basket. Shot no good. Still waiting for our first field goal of the game. 2.5 minutes here. Each team has hit a free throw. Knotted up at 1. Nice fast break run by Houston. Can't get a good shot off until now. And the shot is no good there on the inside by Burks. Raiders will push the basketball up. And it's stolen by Katie Meyer. Meyer in the forecourt. And Meyer will score the first field goal of the game. And Houston now with a 3-2 lead. They decided to get rid of that press that they employed early. And now here's Houston in that zone. Short jumper by Shappy is good, and each team now hits their first field goals of the game. It's Addison Shappy nods us up at 3, and here's a little light backcourt pressure from the Raiders. Ball tipped. Meyer with it. It's around Francis. Meyer throws up the shot. It's no good. Rebound tips down to Meyer, though. She shoots. It's no good, and it's tipped out. And it's Rushi basketball. Kayla Shappy going to sub in for Hazel Francis. Ball at the floor. Gubo on the left side. Gubo back to Shappy. Back to Callie Gubo. Gubo thinks about a 3. Gets it tipped and stolen. It was tipped by Burks. Meyer gets it to the left side. Burks brings it up. Actually, Burks shoots it. We got a timeout here. It's a 30-second timeout. Olivia Burks makes the shot. All timeouts brought to you by our sponsor at Precision Strip. Again, thank our sponsors here at Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schluterman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, the Minster Bank, Lunoxa Supplies, Kicon, Butts Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, the St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Our scoreboard sponsors, the First National Bank, Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. Our player of the game, which will name from Rushi at the end of the game, is brought to you by Intercade Telco. Our real and post-game stats are brought to you by Vermont Health Systems. And our Rushi Live View sponsors, you can see, it's right here in Rushi, Superior Aluminum. So a 5-3 Houston lead here, halfway through the first quarter. Raiders trying to get around this zone that Houston's employed, and Shappy pisses it off the glass. And I think Coach Bayshore took that Precision Strip timeout to talk about it. Ball stolen on the inbound by Callie Gubo. Oh, over to Addison Shappy. Teardrop in the lane, no good. And a jump ball, and it'll be Houston basketball. I think Coach Bayshore wanted to talk about attacking that zone a little better, as Claudia Haney will come in the lineup for the Raiders. For Ronnie Poling. Again, Ronnie had over 20 points. She's had multiple games like that this year, but talk about this Raider team, their ability at times, especially early in the season, to score. They kind of got better at that as Houston runs the break. Can't make the layup on the inside. That's on the floor of the Raiders basketball after the jump. They've gotten better at bouncing and scoring, but that was one of the games early in the season where you could look at Ronnie Poling and say, yeah, she's taken over this game, and what a dominant player, first team All-County selection, will have player consideration for County Player of the Year. She was dominant. She had to carry at points in the season. That game you could point to, and that being an instance of a game where she really helped carry the Raiders to victory. Raiders done better in balancing that out. players like Hazel Francis, Addison Shappy, Celeste Borchers coming along in the scoring aspect of the game. And a nice shot there. Scoop shot's no good, though. We're going down to Hazel Francis. She'll take 2 dribbles. And out Callie Gubo to Addison Shappy. Over to Haney. Haney drives in the lane. Haney no good. Pulling after a brief rest. Takes her shot, no good. They throw an off-balance shot, no good. Houston really going to try to limit her touches here, which you'll see a lot of teams do. Rushi's got to be used to that at this point in the season. She's trying to take away Ronnie Poling and going to put her job in developing their other players. That's a shot by Myers, no good, and it's going to be Rushi basketball. 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. We're tied at 5 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Austin going to stay back in the zone. Callie Gubo from the left corner, too much on it. Myers skies in for the rebound. Meyer pushes the break up ahead to Burks. Burks' layup is no good. Houston's missed a few golden opportunities in transition. We could have had a 4 to 6 point lead at some point if they converted on it. Gubo gets it to Hazel Francis. Francis trying to get around the zone, out to Addison Shappy. She's going to fire a 3. Shot no good, and if you're Houston and settled in that zone, if you can get them to take those shots, it's going to work for you as Meyer converts the layup in transition. We got a timeout here by Coach Michael Bayshore. We'll take a look at 1:34 to go here in the first quarter. Houston leads Russia 7-5 on your home for Russia basketball on KTOCO Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 156, January 25th at 3:30 p.m. and on Channel 3 in high definition on 503, February 7th at 8 p.m. and also February 16th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand from YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. So a 7-5 lead for the Wildcats, with Bayshore taking his second time out of the quarter. We talk about his team's effort there, so he thinks it could be a little better. As pulling on the inside will be fouled. And go to the line for 2. Celeste Borchers will come back in. He says we're getting out hustled down on a couple of the ends, and we need to do a better job in getting up the floor. Houston's had a lot of opportunities in transition. Just mentioned it moments ago how they've missed a few layups in transition. The first free throw from Poland right through the net. Kayla Shappy, Celeste Borchers return as Addison Shappy and Callie Gubo will exit. And the lineup. Houston's Meyer. Interesting to note, Houston does not have a JV team this year, but not one freshman on Houston's roster. Here, layup no good. Hazel Francis takes a stab at it and a shot, and it's no good. And will be Russia basketball. Communication by the officials. They asked for help there. What an official should do in that situation. And see what happened there as Hazel Francis drives, no good. Francis up again, no good. Ball out, and it's going to stay with the Raiders as Houston cannot corral the rebound. It's just a hand frenzy down below the basket. Shappy will inbound it. Ball tipped, and Shappy touched it right as she entered in. So the Raiders will turn it right back over. The Raiders will amp up the pressure with 1:04 to go here in the first quarter. Shappy. There's a foul there. Ball on the inside. Houston able to break the press, but another golden opportunity missed by the Wildcats on the inside. Hazel Francis in transition. She's going to throw the shot up. No good. Pulling the rebound. Shot good and one. Ronnie pulling just a force down there. And another layup, another bunny missed by Houston. That one missed by Krim there. Or sorry, Burks. And Houston struggling to hit in transition. They probably have maybe 13 points or so this quarter. If they could convert on the inside, they've struggled in transition. But Coach Gillespie say, hey, keep taking those looks, and we'll make them eventually. Just not hitting them right now, and they trail by 1 as Russia leads into 7 on our first National Bank first scoreboard. Wildcats rotating the basketball around. Cross court over to Meyer. Meyer on the top. 10 seconds to go. Meyer, shot fakes on the inside. Out to Vandenheuvel. Vandenheuvel's shot, no good. Ball flutters around. Can Houston get another shot off? They cannot. And it's 8-7. Rushi holds the edge over Houston after 1 quarter of play here at the Peterson Gymnasium. We'll step aside, come back to our second quarter of action here next on your home for Rushi Raider basketball in KHLCO Sports. Back in action here on NKTOLCO Sports. It's 8-7. Rushi ahead of Houston after 1 quarter of play, and McKenna Vandenheuvel shot on the inside. It's no good. As the Raiders cling to a single-point lead over Houston. Houston will stay back in that zone. We said Houston missed a lot of opportunities to score on the inside, and a 3-pointer by Addison Shappy is good. The Raiders had a lot of shots, and they just couldn't convert either against that zone, but they get wide open looks like that from Addison Shappy, and they can them. That'll be good for the Raiders. Houston just needs to hit the shots in transition as there's a timeout by Coach Brian Gillespie. And he saves his team out of a turnover. It's 11-7, Rushi ahead of Houston. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors here on your home for Rushi Raider basketball in KHLCO Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it. And online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
Back here on NKTOLCO Sports. Shot is no good. They're out the timeout by number 4, Lauren Krim. It's no good there. And the Raiders take back over here. Hazel Francis looking to get in the box. Score, takes it to the basket and will score. Hazel Francis with the bucket. Third different Raider to score. Shot fake by Meyer. Meyer's jump shot, no good. Raiders on a 7-0 run right now. Houston trying to snap it. We got a jump ball. It'll stay with the girls in red. Houston wearing their road red. Rushi in the home whites. Houston set up in a unique formation here. 2 girls on top of each other at the foul line, 2 at the volleyball line here. I think they might try to crisscross and confuse here, and that's, I think, what they're going to do there. Get on that right wing. They get it back out to Meyer. Raiders covered it up very well. They tried to kind of distract the defense into covering everyone to get Meyer a shot in the corner. The shot no good on the inside. Houston still struggling, getting good shots in the paint. Good looks, just not falling. Borchers on the inside. Hazel Francis, good look at it. The ball just didn't fall as Meyer gets the rebound, and Meyer, they're going to call a late foul. They're going to call the foul against Hazel Francis. That'll be a first on Hazel. Yeah, first on Hazel. Meyer gets around the defense. Meyer to the basket. Meyer's shot, no good. Rebound down to Ronnie Poling. Shappy pushes the ball up the floor across the timeline. Back to Hazel Francis. Out to Celeste Borchers. Borchers been quiet. Had that big game against Jackson Center where she had 5 3-pointers. Claudia Haney's shot from 15 feet's no good. Long rebound tracked down by Borchers. Shappy with it. She leads with the game high 7 over to Claudia Haney. Little 12-footer. She got it. Rushi on a 9-0 run now. As Claudia Haney cracks the box score, 4th different Raider to score. They lead 15-7 over Houston. Ball deflected, and it hit off of Meyer's knee. Tough break for the Wildcats as substitutions coming in now for Houston. They're going to bring in number 24, Emily Earl, and number 2, Adriana Price. And in for Ruchius, Callie Gubo. Ball in the corner. Haney to Celeste Borchers. Addison Shappy wide open in the corner, and the Raiders will take that look all day as Addison Shappy buries that from the corner. And Addison Shappy in double figures with 10 points. We talked about how this team needs to find scoring options outside of Ronnie Poling, and Addison Shappy's done a great job of that. As they lead by 11. Price with the basketball. Price trying to drive on the inside. Back out to Vandenheuvel. Vandenheuvel trying to reverse course. The Raiders on a 12-0 run right now, and that's going to be a charge call. Let's credit the official. I had to think it through. Sometimes your brain, when you officiate, you work so fast. And when you blow the whistle, you accidentally say the wrong thing or point the wrong way, and that's an offensive foul called against Houston. Ball over to Callie Gubo in the corner. Claudia Haney flashing on the inside to Ronnie Poling. She can't finish, but she'll have 2 free throws. That's how you get a good look out of a zone, and I'm sure Coach Michael Bayshore happy about that set right there from the Raiders. You get a good look, a nice cut, a nice crisp, hard cut to the point by Poling, and a nice pass from Claudia Haney. Ronnie makes her 3rd trip to the line. She's 3 of 5 from the line now. She has improved from the stripe well this year. She's had to with the amount of touches and shots she gets. She's going to have a lot more, pretty sharp increase from last year of trips to the free throw line, where she's the only girl that got a lot of playing time on that team last year. I know Jayla Shappy and Addison Shappy came in towards the end due to some Raider injuries, as there's a reach on Celeste Borchers. But really, I mean, she had more varsity minutes than everyone else combined on this team before the season started. The Raiders have started out 0-3, but ever since have kind of hovered around that 500 mark. Haven't been able to get over it. They can get a win here today. They play Parkway on Monday here at the Claire Cinebo Gymnasium, and a much-needed bucket for Houston. Emily Earl cracks the box score, 3rd different Wildcat to score. It's 20-9 now. Here, as Haney go out to Shappy, right side. Celeste Borchers back to Shappy. Go to Callie Gubo. Haney over to Celeste Borchers. Borchers no scorer from her yet. Haney on the inside. Her shot's blocked, but ripped away. Nice play by Haney. Gives it up to Poling. Can't convert, but a great hustle play by Claudia Haney, and here come the Wildcats. Burks with it on the right side. Burks trying to drive. Kick it out. Vandenheuvel, short jump shot. She got it to go. McKenna Vandenheuvel with a nice shot in transition, and Houston cuts the lead to 9. A little 4-0 run for Houston for Coach Brian Gillespie's squad in his 2nd season. Haney Gets it back to Poling, and Haney's had a couple nice feet. She threaded the needle there to Haney, or to Poling. Poling her 4th trip to the line. One field goal, but 4 trips to the free throw line. So 26 in these guys' first meeting. Of the 41 points the Raiders scored, Lacey Flippo make her first appearance for the Raiders, along with our fellow senior Jayla Shappy, and back into the lineup. It's Lauren Mayer, a 5'9" sophomore. Poling with 7 points now, make it 8 after 2 free throws made by Ronnie. Madison Shappy with 10, Hazel Francis with 2, and Claudia Haney with 2 for the Raiders. So Shappy and Poling have been great for the Raiders here tonight. Works, passes it up, and Flippo gets the steal. Lacey, work up the floor, go to the left side to Celeste Borchers. Cross-court pass, just too high, and Jayla Shappy would have needed a step ladder to get that one. And it'll be a turnover. 2:54 left here in the first half. It's 22-11. Russia ahead of Houston. My name's Brandon Coburn. Glad you can join us here on NK Telco Sports. So the boys' version of this game here Tuesday night. So if you're a Houston fan wanting to listen to the boys' game against Russia, that game will be here on NK Telco for your viewing pleasure as Meyer misses the 3. JV game tentative at 6 o'clock start. I'll be on the call for the varsity game along with Tanya Hammonds. So, or actually, sorry, with Zachary Bell, not Tanya Hammonds. Rick Coburn and Zachary Bell will be giving you the action Tuesday night here on NK Telco Sports as Borchers is fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. So Zachary and I will come on the air at about 6 o'clock for the JV contest, followed by the varsity contest as Celeste Borchers cans first free throw in the box score now. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. As Borchers splits from the line, Poling, nice effort. Her and Earl battling for the ball. Well, it just stayed in bounds. It'll stay with the Raiders. Nice play by Ronnie Poling to keep it alive. Raiders lead at 12. Ball in the corner to Lacey Flippo. Houston's got Ronnie Poling doubled up. I've seen the amount of opportunities she's got. They're really closing in on that block. She knew she was a focal point before the game. Haney still feeds it to Poling. Still a good look on the inside. Poling goes up again in her 5th trip to the free throw line of the half. And that's better ball movement by the Raiders and get the ball to their star player. Good feed, and seeing, you know, a lot of these Raiders, you look towards the future, you know, you got a good team here. 3 seniors, you know, they're all on the floor right now. Lacey Flippo, Jayla Shappy, Ronnie Poling. As Poling nails the first line, but you could see the future being built here for the Raiders. Very good. You know, they got a couple juniors. Shea Hammond's out with an injury right now. Addison Shappy, the only other junior on the roster. A pretty solid sophomore and freshman class. As Addison Shappy will return for Lacey Flippo. And you see the foundation being built. The 8th grade is having a very successful season. I believe they're possibly undefeated or 1 loss. They were undefeated last year. Very solid 7th grade class. You see the foundation that Coach Michael Bayshore is building here with this team as Meyer walked. Never gained her footing in the forecourt. You see the foundation being built with some of these wins and some of these games they played, like the game they played last Tuesday against Jackson Center. A big upset win there for the Raiders. The way they played hard against Liberty Benton on Monday. A very good Liberty Benton team that's only lost 1 game in Division III. And a fall by 4. I know you don't have any moral victories this late in the season, but still the Raiders playing tight with good ball teams. And the ball to Poling on the inside, and Poling converts. Poling now has 12. As they're counting 2 players in double figures, they lead by 16. Ball up ahead, and it's stolen by the Raiders. Poling up ahead over to Jayla Shappy. She's going to fire 3 or deep 2. It doesn't matter. She misses, and the jump ball will be Houston basketball. Kylie Dosek's going to come in, give Ronnie Poling a little bit of a breather as she exits with a fantastic first half of 12 points. Meyer trying to get it in. Ball on the right side. Tipped out. Stay with Houston. Up in that same formation. They try to get Katie Meyer a shot in the corner out of this earlier. She gets back in. Raiders cover it up. As Meyer will bring it out here with a minute to go till halftime. Meyer threads the needle on the inside. It's not picked up there. It's been a rough quarter here for Houston. Rushi's managed 19 points this quarter to Houston's 4. I said Houston should have probably been leading by about 5 after the first quarter. They missed a lot of opportunities on the inside. Houston will bring that zone out a little bit. Porchers. Zach out to Shappy. Jayla Shappy will dribble it toward the Raider logo. Cross-court pass to Kylie Dosek, who played in that JV contest earlier, which the Raiders played Anna. Due to Houston not having a JV team, the Raiders won by a score of 40-15. As there's a travel. And the Raiders will turn it back over. Meyer up ahead. And I say she initiated contact. I say she put her head down and leaned her shoulder forward. Callie Gubo will sub in. That'll be Meyer's second foul. There's with 17.9 seconds to go. They'll sub Ronnie pulling back in. Coming in for Houston here for Katie Meyer to avoid her pick up that third foul. It's Leanna Travis, a 5'4" sophomore. We'll have some little dribblers at halftime here for Russia for your viewing pleasure. Stick around, you can watch that here in Telco Sports. Raiders trying to get the flare screen open for Addison Shappy. They'll try to rotate it to Gubo. Raiders were off the mark there and miscommunicated, but we played one half of basketball here at the Claire C. DeVoe Gymnasium. The Russia Raiders lead the Houston Wildcats 27-11. We'll be back after our word from our sponsors with our first half stats and recap and our second half of action here next on your home for Russia Raider basketball at Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Back here on NK Telco Sports, beginning of the second half of action here between Russia and Houston. After one half of play, the Raiders lead the Wildcats by a score of 27-11. Let's take a look at our first half stats and recap brought to you by our sponsors at Grand Lake Health Systems. First, taking a look for the Houston Wildcats, they got 4 points from Katie Meyer, and they got 5 points from Katie Meyer. They got 2 then from Olivia Burks, McKenna Vondenhugel, and Emily Earl. On the flip side for the Raiders, they were led in points by who else? Ronnie Poling with a dozen. Addison Shappy really spearheaded the Raiders to start breaking away that first half. She had 10 points. Hazel Francis and Claudia Haney each have 2, and then Celeste Porchers chipped in a free throw. So The Raiders start the basketball with the second half. The Wildcats stay in the zone and stay with a more aggressive zone as they trap Borchers in the corner. Ball will stay with the Raiders. As we see the gym clear out a little bit. We had little dribblers here, future Russia Raider stars that you might be able to catch here on NK Telco Sports. Shappy with the basketball, goes to the left side to Hazel Francis, and Francis is fouled by Burks. Shappy rotates to the right side. Celeste Borchers. The Raiders might try to get going here a little bit in the second half. Cross court pass Shappy. Cover that shot up a little better. A shot by Hazel Francis is blocked. And will stay with the Raiders. Francis at a 5'9" stature does a good job in getting in the middle of that zone. But if you're a Raiders fan, you kind of hope that Hazel Francis keeps growing. You look at her brother Felix, who might be the Shelby County League Player of the Year, as we'll mention Hazel Francis will go to the line. Felix is in discussion for being Shelby County League Player of the Year, and if we take a look last year, Felix was a role player off the bench and has done a really nice job. Has had those 2 highlight reel dunks off the backboard as Francis hits the first one. But Hazel, his younger sister, as you see at the line here, hits that first free throw. You hope, if you're Raiders fan, she hits that growth spurt maybe, and she also adds a few more inches. It would really be a huge help for the Raiders, which cross your fingers with that if you're a Raiders fan, as Hazel hits both free throws. She's done a great job as a freshman on varsity this year. As the ball tipped there by Jayla Shappy, and will stay with Houston. But you hope that if you're a Raiders fan, that'll happen. So they're still going to amp up the pressure. These guys met back in December. It's a 41-32 Raider victory. They had to close out the Wildcats late. Right now they're leading by 18. The Wildcats still trying to get back into this game. Katie Meyer getting instructions here from Coach Brian Gillespie. Try to find Krim on a back cut, and the ball's turned over. Houston with the basketball. Shappy slows down. Shappy goes to the right side to Hazel Francis. Francis cross court pass Borchers. The corner Shappy. Jayla looking. Hazel trying to go on the inside, out to Jayla. They get it over to Ronnie Pulling, but Emily Earl tips it in. Good job by the Houston zone defense, crashing in on Ronnie Pulling, who ended up with a dozen. Made 5 trips to the free throw line in the first half, shot 10 free throws. Ball into Hazel Francis, out to Addison Shappy. Thought about a 3. Shappy circles back, goes to Celeste Borchers. Inside. Shappy over to Hazel Francis. It's out Celeste Borchers. Borchers going to fire a 3 off the front of the iron. No good. Hopefully we'll see that freshman Borchers take a couple more shots and get some more confidence. She had those 5 threes against Jackson Center. The 3 by Earl just rims out. Get the freshman more confidence like the way she played against Jackson Center. In transition, Hazel Francis too much on that shot. As Rushi will try to trap. That's good to call up for Krim. Krim gets up to Vandenheuvel. Nice pass to Burks, but they can't convert. Houston's missed a lot of shots on the inside tonight. They've got a lot of good looks. They'll probably have it within an 8-6-point game or something like that if they hit all of them. The Raiders will move around. Francis gets it into Shappy through the zone. Out on the right side to Addison Shappy. To Jayla. Over to Hazel Francis. Shot in the lane, no good. Offensive board Pulling, no good. Pulling kicks it out to Addison Shappy, and Raiders miss a golden opportunity on the inside as offense has been pretty minimal coming out of half. 1 bucket, no field goals yet by either team as Meyer hacked from behind and will go to the line for 2. State's looking to come back in here in a second. Meyer cannot connect. York will come to line up for Shappy. Coming back in will be for Houston will be number 3. That'll be Belle Schultz. In the lineup. Free throw is good. Meyer has half the Houston offense. She has 6 points, team high. Francis to York. York drives on the inside, kicks it out to Celeste Borchers. Side Hazel. Hazel drives on the inside, tries to get it to Shappy. Battle for the ball. Shappy comes away with it. Versus course to Francis. To York. York going to take the little 14-footer off the iron, no good. Ronnie pulling on the inside, and another. Oh, it's going to be a jump ball. We'll call it jump ball. Coach Michael Bayshore not pleased with that call. This will be a turnover on the Raiders. Meyer motors up the floor. Ball out to Earl. To Krim, and Krim now is tied up, and the ball will go back to the Raiders. Side York. York cross-court pass to Shappy. Houston's done a better job of covering up Shappy. Is having here Coach Gillespie on shooter every time she touches the ball. York in the middle, and they're going to say 3 seconds in the lane. And right call there. Haney back in for the Raiders as Celeste Borchers will go out. Raiders tip that ball, they get a steal on the inside, ball on the floor. Coach Bayshore trying to call timeout. Coach Bayshore saying there's no jump ball there. There's no possession by Houston. Bayshore's trying to get a timeout. Ball at the head. Earl, her shot's no good. Ball on the floor. Jump ball and another one. That'll be Raider basketball. So we kind of come to a crawl here this quarter. This quarter has really had no flow. Raiders to hold a 29-12 lead on the First National Bank Pinkford scoreboard. Ball on the left side over to Hazel Francis. Francis rotates it over to York in the middle to Ronnie Poling, and it's tipped by Meyer. Meyer trying to make a play on the ball. Can't quite get it there in time. Looks like Lauren Krim is going to come back in for Houston. Lana Hoover will go to the bench. Shappy over to Hazel Francis. Right side Shappy. Cross course pass. Faith York will step into a long two, and she drills it. Faith York cracks the box score. 6 different Raiders to score. Get a steal there. Shappy up ahead. Blocked out of bounds by Meyer. Shappy, try to kick it out to Francis. Francis with it, reverses course back to Addison Shappy. On the inside, pulling too far under the basket, but makes a nice move to reestablish position. And Ronnie Poling now with 14 points. We got 3 seconds in the lane there on Houston. Left side, Hazel Francis. Francis top of the key over to York. York cross-court pass over to Haney. Right side, Shappy for 3, and now the Raiders offense is picked up after they've been a little lifeless 13 points now for Addison Shappy as she drills her third three-pointer of the ball game. And another foul against York. She's had a tough day with the fouls. It's her third. Shappy comes out. Callie Kubo comes in. 36-12 our score here. This quarter, Raiders outscoring the Wildcats 9-1 here in the quarter. Wildcats ball up on the inside, blocked by Haney. Raiders push it up. Goes over to Callie Kubo. Tries to get up to Haney. Nice job by the Raiders on the break. A trio of sophomores, York to Kubo to Haney. Score. We got a timeout on the floor. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. Russia ahead of Houston, 38-12. You're on your home for Russia Raider basketball in K-Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
Back here on K-Telco Sports. We got 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Our score, Russia 38, Houston 12. As the Wildcats trying to get some offense going, have been yet without a field goal yet this third quarter. Burke stepped on the line. It's been a tough day for the offensive end for Houston. They only trailed by 1 after the third quarter. And Travis is going to return to the line for Houston. It's Francis across the timeline. Francis left side to Callie Kubo. Kubo gets that ball tipped. Stolen there by Houston. Trying to come away with it. Here comes the Wildcats. Nice move by Katie Meyer. Little Euro step right there, and Katie Meyer gets the first field goal of the third quarter for Houston. Other way, Russia quickly up ahead. Shot no good by Poland. That's a tie-up, and it'll be Houston basketball. Come the Wildcats. On the top of the arc. Gonna go to the right side. Travis. Side. They're trying to get some hands on it, and they do. And another jump ball. I think there's been about 6 or 7 jump balls called this quarter. Quite a bit. Left side Gubo, over to Haney. To Gubo, cross court pass is tipped. And York comes away with it. Over to Poling. Poling to a cutting Claudia Haney. Haney, her shot's up, no good, and the rebound going to go down to Emily Earl. Meyer brings it up the floor, goes to the left side, all the way to the basket, and a late foul called as Meyer go to the line and shoot 2. Off the iron, and a couple substitutions coming in for Houston. Number 12, Lauren Meyer. Number 30, Lily Vasquez, a 5'6" junior, into the lineup here on K-Telco Sports. Meyer's free throw is up and in. She splits from the line there. Over to Callie Gubo. She swings it to Haney. Haney, her shot off the glass is good. Claudia Haney's had a nice game. 6 points off the bench, good passes on the inside. Really needing her to develop, especially next year for Ronnie Pulling graduates. I guess we need her to be in full force. It's 40-15, same score to the JV contest that was earlier. And Travis to the basket, her shot's no good. Pulling clears the boards. We play 3 quarters here in the Claire Cinevo Gymnasium. And we'll come back with the 4th quarter of action here next. Russia leads Houston 40-15 on your home for Russia Raider basketball on KTELCO Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here to KTELCO Sports, 4th quarter of action here between the Russia Raiders and Houston Wildcats. A 40-15 lead here as we have a jump ball. We'd like to thank we'd like to remind you that KTELCO Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on KTELCO Cable or the NKT.TV app on channel 156, January 25th at 3:30 p.m. Channel 3 are in high definition on 503, February 7th at 8 p.m. and then February 16th at 8 p.m. Also watch more games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and through YouTube, Facebook, nktelco.com/sports. You can catch a lot of our archive games on our YouTube channel that we've had from years past. I don't have all the basketball uploaded. We get that uploaded gradually over time. You can catch all our fall sports and all our schools we cover are all filed under an archive on YouTube as Callie Gubo goes up and is fouled off the steal and will shoot 2 free throws. So you can catch all our archive replays. Our schools include Russia, Botkins, Jackson Center, Anna, Laramie, Sydney, Lincoln Catholic, New Knoxville, New Bremen, Minster, Marion Local, and Anna, and also doing Ohio Northern as well. So it's all archived under that channel for your viewing pleasure at any time. So Calgubo splits the free throws from the line. And again, if you're a Houston fan, we will have the boys game here on Tuesday night. And actually, the Houston girls will be traveling to the Nest on Monday. That's a game that Jeff Hinchin will be on the call for. Don't know what the JV time is for that game. I know Houston doesn't have a JV team, so I don't know if there's a JV contest. So I'm not sure the start time. I have to check a school website or something like that for a start time on that. That game will be carried by KTELCO. Lacey Flippo in the lineup. Her 3-pointer is buried from the left corner. Lacey Flippo with the big 3-pointer. And it's 44-15 now, Raiders ahead. What a difference. Look how far this Raiders team has come since the last time they played Houston. It's a battle into the 4th quarter. Now they hold a 29-point lead. Shows how far Coach Bayshore has had his team come along. And Ronnie Pulling's been fantastic per usual, but she's got, let me count it up, 8, 10, 12, 14 points, but hasn't had to overtake the game. It's been right at her average. Like last time these two teams played, and Celeste Borchers will go to the line, fouled by Price. Earl and Vaughn and who will come in. Try to get it into Celeste Borchers, and it's taken away. Callie Google on the right side. It's back to Addison Shappy. Shappy out to Lacey Flippo, left side to Celeste Borchers. Out to Lacey Flippo, trying to get it to Haney on the inside. Her shot is blocked, but a late foul called. It's Claudia Haney to the line, and 6 points. She's had a nice game off the bench. We talked about how it's been an all-around team effort, and Claudia has really chipped in here tonight. 7 points, and Addison Shappy goes out in favor of Faith York. And Shappy, a great night for her. 13 points. Faith York, and she's played here and there, but she has 4 fouls already. It's kind of interesting. She picked up 2 quick fouls. It's now up to 8 points. And Haney, another play on the ball there. So she's had a great game here tonight. Here on NK Telco Sports. Houston will take it out. Deflected and will stay with the Wildcats. Makes a nice move and gets that to fall. Emily Earl with the bucket, her second basketball game. (46-17) with 5:25 to go here in the contest. Ball tipped. Roll. Take it over to Lacey Flippo, over to Celeste Borchers, corner to Faith York. York over to Lacey Flippo, shoots the little 12-footer, and she got it to fall. Lacey Flippo with the bucket. She has 5 points now. Turned over. Substitution. Kylie Dosek coming in as Claudia Haney's night looks to be over. Ball stolen. Krim going the other way will get the easy bucket. Lauren Krim with her first bucket. York with it. To Lacey Flippo. Side Celeste Borchers. Borchers drives on the inside. Faith York thought about a shot. York in the lane, off the glass, no good. Kylie Dosek, though, on the cleanup. Dosek cracks the box score. Nine different Raiders have scored now. Halfway through this fourth quarter, shot no good, blocked on the inside by Celeste Borchers. Borchers trying to push the break. Borchers gives it up to Dosek. She might have got away with an extra step. Ball bounces around and over basketball, and substitutions roll on in. Belle Schultz will come in for Houston. Courtney Flippo in for the Raiders. Also back in for Houston is Lily Vasquez. York cross court pass to Callie Gubo. Right side Flippo. Pass to York. Her shot too hard. Rebound Callie Gubo. She goes up. Her shot flutters off the rim. And rebound goes down to Houston. Ball stolen by Faith York. Up ahead, Courtney Flippo threads the needle over to Callie Gubo. A trio of sophomores touch it for basketball right there for the Raiders. And Callie Gubo gets the bucket. Price drives baseline, kicks it out. To Vasquez. Vasquez will fire a three. Off the iron, no good. Rebound down to Kylie Dosek. Raiders just looking to run offense here. Go open, gives it to Gubo. Right side, Lacey Flippo. Kylie Dosek back over to Callie Gubo, who takes the deep shot, no good. Rebound down to Lacey Flippo. Smallest player on the floor makes the rebound. Actually, besides her sister Courtney, who's on the floor with her right now. Gubo left side, over to Lacey. Over to Kylie Dosek. Dosek rips through. It's a jump, and it'll be Houston basketball. .149 to go here. Schultz with the basketball to Vasquez. Back to Schultz. Schultz back to Vasquez. Thought about a three. Goes right side to Price. Price takes the jump shot. Her shot off the iron, no good. Rebound down to Courtney Flippo. Outlet pass over to Faith York. Cross court to Gubo. Side to Kylie Dosek. Dosek trying to get it out through the triple team. The ball stolen by the Wildcats. As we've got a minute to play here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Raiders will improve to 7-8, and the Wildcats will drop to 6-9. Let's try to go on inside. Vasquez over to Schultz. Block foul on Faith York, and that's her fifth. She fouls out. Just a little bit of a smile. You got to find a substitution. We're going to have Jayla Shappy go finish off the game. She'd been resting there for about the whole quarter, and they're like, gosh dang it. I go back in and play these last 30 seconds and finish this game up. And Shappy will get back on the floor. He's resting, talking with friends, and now she's going to come back in and finish this game off with Faith York. And shots no good there, as Courtney Flippo is told by Coach Bayshore just to, to get it back out, and that'll be it. The Raiders will win the ball game here, 52-19. An impressive outing by Coach Michael Bayshore's squad. They'll advance to 7-8 on the season. And the Raiders sweep the season series with Wildcats 52-19. You watched it here live on NK Telco Sports here tonight. We'd like to thank our sponsors here on NK Telco Sports, because without them we would not be able to bring you our live action here on NK Telco. They are Carriage Works, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, the Minster Bank, Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, the St. Henry Bank, and WCS on the radio. Our scoreboard sponsors, the First National Bank, Keys to the Game, Keyhole Pizza. Our timeout sponsors are all brought to you by Precision Strip. Our player of the game, which I'll name here in a second, is brought to you by NK Telco. Our mid and post game stats are powered by Golden Health Systems. And our Rushu Live View sponsors, you can see on the screen, is the Superior Aluminum. I'd like to remind you that NK Telco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on channel 156, January 25th at 3:30, and on channel 3 in high definition on 503, February 7th at 8 p.m. and February 16th at 8 p.m. You can also watch more games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports. More games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and nktelco.com/sports. Let's take a look at our post-game stats. here, brought to you by our fine sponsors at Grand Lake Health Systems here today. And take a look first for the Houston Wildcats. They got, from Katie Meyer, they got 9. They had 2 apiece for Lauren Krim and Olivia Burks and Ken Londenhubel, and they got 4 from Emily Earl. For the Russia Raiders, they got 14 points to lead from Ronnie Poling, 13 from Addison Shappy. They got 8 from Claudia Haney. They got 4 from Hazel Francis. They got 3 from Callie Gubo. They got 2 apiece from Faith York and Kylie Dosek, 5 from Lacey Flippo, and 1 from Celeste Porter. Scoring by quarters, she led 8-7 after 1 quarter. She led 20-7 at 11 at half. They led 40-15 after 3 quarters. And they ultimately end up defeating Houston by a final score of 52-19. Rushi improves on the season to 7-8. Houston drops to 6-9. Houston will be back in action. Their next game will be against Houston's next game will be against New Bremen, a game you can catch in the nest. Again, look at the probable JV start time if New Bremen is bringing a JV team over to play their JV team beforehand. If you're a Houston fan interested in watching that game, I would take a look at that to make sure you watch that game on time. I don't know if it's a varsity only or not. You can catch that game here live Monday night on NK Telco Sports. And the Russia Raiders improved to 7-8. They'll take on the Parkway Panthers here in 2 days on Monday at the Claire Cedavo Gymnasium. I'll be on the call for that the varsity game with Dave Helmstetter for that game. The JV tip at 6 o'clock, so you can watch that game here live, as always, on NK Telco Sports. Again, one more order of business before we leave here tonight. Name our player of the game is brought to you by our sponsor at NK Telco. The play of the game is going to go to Claudia Haney. She had 8 points off the bench. It made some nice passes, was able to move that ball around the Houston zone, and really did a nice job in helping the Raiders win here tonight and get notch their 7th win of the season. So congratulations, Claudia Haney, our NK Telco player of the game. That'll do it for us here tonight. We'd like to thank our crew here tonight. For Austin Amberg, back in the station, I'm Brandon Koperman for the final time from the Claire Cedavo Gymnasium. The Russia Raiders defeat the Houston Wildcats 52-19. You've been watching a production of girls high school basketball here on NK Telco Sports.